We're going in and out. We came in and we're going out in a new way today. Spring has come. Shout it out loud. Remember, we had a cold week after spring actually hit. God says today, spring has come. He spoke one word to me this morning, renew. Shout it, renew. He said, I want you to wear renewal all week. Renew your faith.
Now, God's goal for his people is always to bring them into his blessing. Deuteronomy 28 says he was looking for a people who would serve him with joy and a glad heart for the abundance of all things. See, God has a personal promised land for you. He has a promised land for each one of us. He has a goal, a call, and a destiny for each of our lives that includes the fulfillment of every promise that he has made. But the problem is sometimes it is hard to enter God's blessing. And the sad truth is many believers never experience the wonderful things that God has promised us. And so how do we enter our promised land? How do we conquer the spiritual forces that are set against us and enter into the blessings God has promised? And I believe Israel's experience at Gilgal gives the answer. Now, the account of Israel entering the land is found in the first few chapters of Joshua. To enter the land, Israel had to cross the Jordan River. But the river was at flood stage. It was a seemingly impassable barrier. But Joshua directed the priests carrying the ark to move forward. And as soon as the priests put their feet in the water stopped flowing. The river dried up, and while the priests stood in the middle of the riverbed, Israel passed through on dry land. It was an incredible miracle. And while the priests were standing in the middle of the river, God told Israel to take 12 rocks from the riverbed. And they were to carry them up to a place called Gilgal, and there they were to build a memorial. And Joshua set up the stones at Gilgal and said, when your children ask in times to come, what are these stones? Then you shall tell them, Israel crossed the Jordan on dry ground. For the Lord dried up the waters of the Jordan just as he had done at the Red Sea, so that all the peoples of the earth may know that the Lord is mighty, and you may fear the Lord your God forever. And so Gilgal was a very significant place. It was located right next to Jericho, and it was Israel's first encampment in the Promised Land. It was the place where they set up the memorial of their miraculous crossing of the Jordan. It was the place they were circumcised. It was the place of their first Passover in the land. It was the place where they first ate the produce of the land. It was where God appeared to Joshua. And it was the first place in the Holy Land that God called holy. So what happened at Gilgal, I believe, was a key to Israel conquering the Promised Land.